Hi there, today stay green mark 400 subscribers. Yes! That is big achievement and I cannot thank you enough for following my journey from beginning until now. And hopefully in the future I have more time to share with you so much more strategy and information about Forex. Hopefully all the information on the Stay Green channel will be useful for your trading career. Currently, I'm so looking forward for 1000 subscriber mark because as you know, once people reach 1000 subscribers, YouTube will open so much more feature for creator to communicate with the audience, and I cannot wait to get those features. And here's my promise when I reach 1000 subscribers. As you may or may not know that a long time ago I introduced the breakout system on 15-minute time frame, and the strategy is really a bomb to trading communities. I received a lot of positive feedback as well as review about this strategy. That is the first version, and of course there will be so much more to improve, and that's why there is the second version with so much more powerful. But because a lot upgrade from the first version, so I will need a lot of time to prepare and produce a new video to introduce to you to the second version. Currently I don't have time to prepare that yet, but that is my promise. 1000 subscribers, I promise to you I will make that video. I will introduce to you second version of the breakout system. So much more powerful, so badass. Trust me. Those market makers, those big boys, they don't want retail trader to know about this strategy, about this breakout strategy. So yeah, 1000 subscriber, one promise. I will mark my promise in this video, and later you can show me if I cannot fulfill my promise. Now let's come back to today's topic. Today's video is the result of the polls that I created a few days ago on my chatting group on Zalo and Instagram. According to the pool, RSI actually is the indicator that got the most voting. But as you know, not long ago I created a video to introduce how to use RSI in advanced level, and then go pretty in detail how to use the RSI, as well as I show you tons of strategy that can combine with RSI. So if you haven't watched that video yet, click on the right corner of the video, or I will link the video in the description below, so you should check it out if you haven't watched. Alright, so today's video will dedicate to second place of the pool, which is MA, Moving Average. Moving Average is one of my top favorite indicators as well, so I cannot wait to show you the strategy that you can combine with Moving Average. Right, talk no more, let's open the price chart and I will go into detail of this strategy, show it. Let's go! Right, so let's get into detail of this strategy. But first of all, there's some bullet points that I want you to keep in mind. First of all, this strategy is optimized for 1 hour time frame. You can play around with the other time frame, but I suggest you not to go lower than 1 hour time frame. And second, this strategy is trend is friend, which means we trade follow the trend. So those who are looking for a strategy that help you to buy in bottom and sell in top, you may leave now. This strategy is not for you. I'm kidding, but I want to be clear with you right from the beginning. Right, so clear. Now go to the third point. This strategy is not to apply to all currency pair, so it is for only certain currency pairs, and that is for those currency pairs that have the range of the trend line from the start to the finish around 300 pips in average on 4 hour time frame. So for example, on the screen right now I have the Euro USD. Now I go to 4 hour time frame, and I will use a crosshair tool to measure this range. For USD, for this trend line, we have around 600, and so that is one of the very first beginning step. That is check currency pair whether it's match this strategy or not. Alright, let's move on to the fourth point. It is not about strategy itself, but about your disciplines. As you know, we trade on 1 hour time frame or higher, so probably, obviously, there will be few trade compared to lower time frame. It could be as little as one trade for several days or for the whole week. So that's one thing to keep in mind, not to break the rules of the system. And that is 4 bullet points that I want you to keep in mind before you start trading using this strategy. Alright, let's move on to the indicator. So as I said, the strategy is using a combination of the CDMA and 2 moving average. And here's the setting for indicator. The setting for MACD will be as follow on my screen. Fast EMA period 20, slow EMA period 100, and signal SMA period 9. That's the setting for MACD. One moving average will be with the period of 50, exponential moving average, and everything else just leave it as default. Apply to close. The second EMA is with a period of 110, exponential moving average, and apply to close. All the indicators are ready on my price chart. So now let's move on to the idea of the strategy and how to execute order. So besides 2 indicators that I introduced, there is the third factor as well involved in the system and give you the confirmation to execute the order, and that is price action. So the idea for this strategy is we use a moving average to act as support and resistance level. And what we'll be expecting is price will bounce off MA's level in your desired direction, as well as the change in MACD will happen accordingly. I'll go a little bit in detail in the part that we find the entry after this. And 2 EMAs should go to the same direction that we want to trade. So there'll be no case where 2 EMAs go up and you get the sell signal. So in that case, you should ignore the signal because it does not follow the rules of the system, right? Right now, let's go to detail how to find the entry using this strategy. First, let's talk about entry for buy setup. There are 3 criteria for a buy setup. First of all, the 50 EMA must cross and stay above the 110 EMA. The other criteria is in the MACD, you see there are 2 elements, the white graphic bar and the red line. So this criteria is, so we only enter the buy trade once the red line in the MACD cross over and stay above the white graphic bar. And the last criteria is about price action. So price must come close or touch the 50 EMA, and the price action must be seen to be bounce off the 50 EMA. So probably you should have some knowledge about price action to use this strategy. I think I haven't created any video about price action yet, so probably I will do it soon, alright? So these are 3 criteria for you to enter the buy trade. Now let's take a look on 1 hour time frame and let's find example for buy setup. So in here we have uptrend, and at this moment you see 50 EMA cross and stay above the 110. So I'll highlight this area and we'll start to find entry start from this moment. I'll zoom in a little bit to make it easier. Alright. So in here we have price come close to 50 EMA, but in MACD you see the red line is staying under the white graphic bar. In here we have no case where price come close to 50 EMA, but in the MACD the signal is not so clear, so we'll ignore this opportunity as well. Here is one of the good example of a nice entry for buy setup. We have price come close to 50 EMA. In MACD we have the red line cross and stay above the white graphic bar. And at this point we have a pretty solid support level as well. So obviously I will enter the trade in here, and the candle trigger my entry will be this candle. And obviously you can see the trade end up in profit. So that is one of the example for buy setup. Now let's move on to the sell setup and what criteria for sell setup. For sell setup we also apply 3 criteria but on the opposite direction. So first we have 50 EMA cross and stay below or under the under the 110 EMA. Second, in the MACD we have the red line cross and stay under the white graphic bar. And last, price come close to 50 EMA and price action seem to be price will bounce off the 50 level as well, 50 EMA. Alright, so let's get into the chart and I will give you one example of the sell setup. Alright, in here we have downtrend, and there is 1, 2, 3. 3 nice entries for self setup using this strategy in this case. So let's take a look in each of these entry. At this entry, price come close to 50 EMA. In MACD, we have the red line cross and stay below the Y graphic bar. And I would say this is a solid resistance level as well. When you scroll to the left, you can see there's one more time that the price touched this level. And so the same thing apply to this and this entry for sales setup as well. So basically that is the idea for you to fire a sell setup. Now let's move on to take profit and stop loss. For setting stop loss level for this strategy is pretty simple. You will set stop loss behind the 110 EMA. For example, in this case we have a sell setup in here. So your stop loss will be above the 110 EMA, which is around this level. For take profit, it will be open up to your preference. So it's up to you to use your favorite method to set the take profit. But some suggestions that I can give is you may rely on the major support and resistance level, or you can use Fibonacci, or you can leave it to the trailing stop. So as you can see, the strategy is pretty powerful, and especially the risk management. Yeah. So as you can see, the strategy is pretty powerful. It has a lot of advantage to eliminate noise and false signal. But the problem with this system is that it will take a long time for all the indicators, all the criteria line up, work together and give you a signal. And this strategy only works well during the strong trending condition. Not to mention that it cannot work with all currency pairs, so there are only certain currency pairs, as I said earlier. So if you're patient and you're not doing so well with being disciplined, then I suggest you to find a simpler strategy. But if you can be patient and disciplined, follow the rule of the system, then your patience will be rewarded accordingly. So that's it for this strategy. Once again, to 400 subscribers, thank you so much for your support and follow Stay Green until now. If you enjoyed my video on the Stay Green channel useful and effective and practical, please consider to share with your community. By doing so, you really help Stay Green to grow faster and reach 1000 subscribers faster. And that means I'll share with you the super powerful second version, the bet out breakout strategy on 15 minutes time frame for multi-currency pair. Alright, thank you for watching. If you have any question regarding the system or talk too fast or something is not clear to you, please leave a comment below and I will try to work it out, Alright, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Happy trading and stay green. Xin chào.